On this very first episode of Up Close and Musical, we're going to be talking to the Edmonton progressive death metal band Madhouse. They pull their influences from bands such as Meshuggah, Tool, Rush, and Dream Theater. Now let's hear from them. All right, let me have my questions. So, first off, this is okay. Good, we're recording. First off, let's actually introduce ourselves. I left that off. So let's start with you and then work our way back to me.
Sure.
Name and instrument.
Natalie, bass.
I'm Farhan and I play drums.
I'm Cash. I sing and kazoo.
I'm Joshua. I play guitar.
I'm Alexi, no last name, from Alexi Can't Hang, and I actually play the kazoo. All right, so secondly, what is a brief overview of the band's backstory, like influences, band name, and how you guys met?
Oh, fucking, may I?
Yeah, start us off.
All right, we'll pass this around as we go because it's a long one. But, so, people see this. I don't know if you guys know the band Tatara. The drummer, his name is Dave Salyers. Him and I met at swimming lessons at 11 years old. A year later, we found out that he picked up drums. I started playing guitar, and fucking Madhouse was born. From there on, we had his brother played bass for a tiny bit, and then shortly thereafter, we picked up Natalie, who had only been playing bass for.
Right. So, I've been a violinist for most of my life. I had a bass. I did not know how to play the bass, but I learned For Whom the Bell Tolls as an audition because I've always loved metal. So, 1 week maybe.
For context here, we did not know that she had only been playing a week, so.
Then they were looking for a second guitarist, and I decided to put my name in because I had enough faith in myself. Little did I know that these guys were definitely not amateurs. They knew how to play their instruments, and I was a beginner guitarist. I came in, I was so behind, I just was not up to par to play guitar. Luckily, in the middle of it, we ended up jamming Walk, and I started singing it, and he really liked it. And so then I became the singer of the band.
I
Farhan?
actually have 1 point. And what year would this be around? Just for curiosity's sake.
14?
Yeah, I was 14. It would grade 10-ish. Would have been like 2020, 2021, around then.
No, COVID hadn't started yet when we met you.
Oh, 20.
That would have been 2019-ish.
I think it would have been, 2019-ish or early 2020, something like that. How about you? How'd you get here?
So I had a friend a friend of Natalie's, or like mutual friend, and they told me that there was this band and they needed a drummer. So, they booked an audition and then I played and we just kind of jammed during the audition.
For like 3 fucking hours because we couldn't get enough of them. So, actually, real fun story about here. We were auditioning a couple of drummers, and Alexi was the one who auditioned right before Farhan. And when we left that audition, we were like, fucking, that's the one. That's the one. I got a feeling about this, And I call everybody up. I think Natalie was a little hesitant, but I think you were on board. We were like, this is the fucking guy, Why do we even need another fucking audition anyway? And then Natalie's like, no, let's wait. We booked him.
It's your fault.
Give him the time. And that audition was Farhan, so.
Yeah. That was actually one question I had. How many people did you audition, and what was the moment when you knew Farhan was your guy? That can go to who?
I don't know. Do you remember how many people you auditioned?
Yeah, I think.
So to speak closely.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Wonderful. So I remember it was after Ethan. So after him, we tried one guy. I think he was a friend of yours.
Logan's.
Friend of Logan's, right.
Little excerpt here. We had another guitarist in our band for one gig, and yeah, he was really cool, but just kind of lost contact, I guess.
He's in a band called the Seamen. They're actually sick, and I love them. I saw them at Rockin' for Dollars once. They're actually sick. Yeah, they're fantastic. And yeah, so we tried it. What was his name? What was that guy's name? Logan's buddy. For the life of me, I can't remember his name.
I don't know, but I remember he lived really close to me. He lived in the Capilano. Oh, thank you. He lived in the Capilano area. It was, yeah, fuck if I know. But he was a pretty solid drummer.
And then we had Alexi after, and then we had Farn. So there would be 3 total. Was there
Had ghost tattoo.
ghost tattoo?
Matthew Gill, his name was. And he had a fucking 2018 manual transmission RAV4, which I have never fucking seen. So I just want to point out that that's really fucking cool.
He's a car guy. Yeah, so 4 guys then. We got to 4 guys before we got to Farhan. And I think we kind of found out that he was our guy when I'm pretty sure we were asking him to play some kind of fill. And then he pulled out the most crazy double kick, nuts, 16th note fill I've ever heard in my entire life.
Did it. No matter what we played or what we were throwing at him, he'd find the groove and it would groove.
So yeah, he'd pick up rhythms really quickly, especially when we were jamming. So we knew it was him.
If you want a tip to pick up rhythms like that, brute force Pneuma. That is my best tip for learning drums.
He understands you guys seen that meme of that raccoon that fucking finger painting where it's like the guitarist trying to explain the drum part to the drummer? He understands that shit, so. Back to you.
All right, so we covered how you guys met, which is ironically the last thing on that list. So now I want to go to talking about influences. What band or what 2 bands would you say you owe it all to?
Certainly more than 2. Yes.
I think we should do 2 each. Mine personally, Dream Theater. Shout out John Myung, my idol. And I would say Gojira or Meshuggah. No, Loathe. Loathe is my top right now.
My favorite drummer jumps around a lot. If I were to say most recent influences, probably Gavin Harrison has always been up there. Porcupine Tree and Pineapple Thief, amazing drummer. And also, of course, the GOAT, Danny Carey. Like, just one of the best drummers ever.
Yeah, I think vocally I take a lot of influence from multiple bands. I think early on I really started getting into Pantera, and I took a lot of influence from those high screams that he had. And a bit later on, I think I started to discover heavier screaming styles. I hopped onto Slipknot, and then after that I started getting into like deathcore bands and stuff like that. And when Lorna Shore came around and Will Ramos was just doing his little snorting and stuff like that, I picked up on that, and so I really started to hone in on the sort of screaming techniques that I like to do. And I guess songwriting-wise, I think we all have a big tie to bands like Meshuggah and Gojira and Tool and stuff like that. Josh?
I owe the very fact that I play guitar. I owe the very fact that I play guitar to my father, who taught me War Pigs by Black Sabbath when I was like 11. Anyway, something like that. But anyway, I then furthered my guitar playing through, Metallica for way too fucking long, and then Pantera and shit. I got the same hair, so. I think the most influential bands that really changed my writing were probably Mastodon and the Tea Party. Tea Party's a 3-piece Canadian band. For those who don't know, fucking amazing. Check them out.
Correspondences, the Tea Party. Go listen.
First, any album.
Yeah, but you really want to listen to the Edges of Twilight. All right, so for the diecore, yeah, let's go with that. For the diecore Madhouse fans, they know that there's a little bit of iffiness with the name right now, and I'm wondering, since you told me earlier today, I'm wondering if you want to make it official on this interview. No pressure?
Can we each pronounce it?
Yes. Everyone individually. Let's
All right. Hopefully I get it first time here because this is a hill I'm going to die on. Excoxon.
See, I originally, when we were coming up with this name, I kind of liked the pronunciation exoskin, but I think exoxin is also really cool. I think that's sort of our idea.
Yeah, my pronunciation was also leaning towards exoxin. Exoxin.
Yeah, odd one out here,
Exoxkin? Yeah.
Okay.
or you could just call them those really weird guys. That works too.
Very funny fact, we thought we were like really fucking original with this shit, and then we tried the very first spelling for it, typed it into Google, and it came out with that fucking whatever Fortnite skin, and we were like,
What?
Yeah, the Axo skin when we were going to call ourselves Exhaust Skin, and that dissuaded us from calling ourselves Exhaust Skin. Yeah.
I just say the Black Dahlia murder, horrible Fortnite to have a curse. So, shows. I have a few questions about shows. Do you have any pre-show rituals that you must partake in?
very funny one.
1 million glasses of water. This leads to me going to the bathroom several times before the gig. If I could count, I don't think I could count on my two hands how many times I went to the bathroom in the hour before the gig. I'm not kidding.
At band practice, this guy pees, and I kid you not an exaggeration, every 15 minutes or less. I have talked to him about possibly having kidney problems.
Yeah.
We like to rewrite songs right before the show. It's Madhouse Exoxkin Classic. Yeah.
A lot of fucking alcohol.
That's fair. Oh, I had something to say. I completely forgot. We will come back to that.
Okay.
If I remember. So the next question is about. So you've been a band for what, 6 years now? 5.
How old am I? 19? Well,
I thought you were
technically-
22.
Technically, it's been 6-7 years since the original Dave and I. But
Okay. So
since this lineup, year and a half.
yeah. Okay. So I will hope that you guys have answers for this question. So it's best memory, craziest memory, and worst memory from a concert.
Oh, I have a good one. I have a good one for the worst one. Okay, can I say the worst one? Okay, it was the first gig I ever played with this band.
Oh no.
Yeah. And these morons. If you guys have ever listened to the song "Domination" by Pantera, I'm certain you have. At the beginning, there's a little drum flourish, and then someone says something along the lines of "first take like a motherfucker" or something like that. This moron. And this darn drummer, not this one, Dave, were telling me, hey, what if you screamed, fuck me in the ass, motherfucker? What if
Fuck me in the ass like a motherfucker.
Yeah, something like that. And I apparently didn't pick up on the fact that this was a joke. And so it was my very first gig. This is like my first impression to like a lot of people. I get up on stage. I pick up that microphone with all of my might. I scream, fuck me in the ass, motherfucker. And everyone apparently their heart just dropped on stage. And yeah, that was an iffy moment for me on the first gig there. Anyone else? Yeah, I was 14 too. Really appropriate for my age.
He was 14. His very first gig, he said that, tore off his shirt, and went and made out with his girlfriend mid-set in the audience. And we were playing at a bar, Shaker's Roadhouse, for any of you that do remember. Rest in peace, Ted. But it's a lot of old folk, the classic rock genre. My Catholic grandparents were there, the whole shebang.
I was partying like it was the last gig I had ever played. Anyone else? You guys got anyone got any good memories for Christ's sake?
I got another bad one. There was one time, and I'm gonna call Natalie out here. I love her, but she still doesn't know how to use a tuner. And we were covering Hollow by Pantera, and she tuned a half step down from the rest of us. Okay, it turns into a good memory, but we start, and it's just like, meh, 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 meh. And granted, by the second fucking verse, she had recorrected her entire tuning. So, fucking props to her. Yeah, that's, I guess, a good and a bad.
I have a bad one. I've always, no, absolutely not. I've always had issues with tuners. One of my most recent worst memories, Josh asked me to use a tuner on my bass, and in the middle of the set, it didn't work because I was tuned so low, I think it was drop A, it wouldn't pick up. I was on stage, I was needing to tune this. I think it was in drop B, that was the time we did Canvas.
Yep.
Horrifying. Horrifying.
I have a bad memory from just today, which was yes, from today's show.
You're not supposed to point that out. No, let him do it. Let him kidding.
Okay, one of the first songs that I learned with the band. Do we have an official name for it?
64.
Walk on glass.
Walk on Glass. During the breakdown, it's a really weird 5/4 thing, and I think I might have completely messed up the entry to that. So, yeah. It was the first time I think live I've actually made that mistake because we played the song like 10 times live. So yeah, that's probably a bad memory for me.
I have a good memory though. Like this is a surprise here. Okay, so during I think it was Twisted Sideways today. I think there was a group of guys who decided to go in the middle of the audience and start like jumping around in a circle. You were a part of that, weren't you? Yeah, that was awesome. There was some little rat walked by. Cool. Yeah, that was kind of funny, and like I laughed really hard. I had to point at them. I wanted the rest of the audience to see that. That was a fantastic memory.
Let me keep thinking.
Sure. All my memories are good memories, except for a tuner issue. Yeah, I really like playing songs live. It's really nice to let loose. Probably, I think, one of the first times that I did the solo for our song The Masochist live, I think that was a really good feeling, because I was practicing really hard, and I was like, I got it! But yeah, it's always a joy. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, I would say a good memory as well is probably the first time we played Masochist live for me as well. It was my first gig. It was one of the hardest songs I've ever played in general, and it felt really good to like mostly nail it on the first gig.
For my good memory, I think it actually falls to every single time we can get together, because it feels magical, spiritual in a way, where I'll see my entire life starting to spiral, and that's when I know it's time to get together and play. It's become a need. With these 3 talented motherfuckers, I don't know where the fuck I would be. So, you guys are my good memories.
We find you. The universe put us together.
I don't believe in that bullshit.
Second guy who auditioned standing right here. But no. All right, so I actually kind of glossed over something, and this is kind of going to jump all over the place. I had to scramble this all together last night because you told me that we're doing this tonight, and that didn't really give me a lot of time. I had some really good questions lined up like 3 months ago.
Don't know if I actually did, but I'll take the blame.
Yeah, you will.
And like it. Sorry, was I missing?
Yes, you were. You forgot to give me a heads up. Anyways, yeah, I had some actually really good questions, conversation pieces, and then somehow every single note on my phone got deleted. I had like lyrics, song ideas. I had like a whole album of like rough pieces, and I'm like, wow, that's just gone. I mean, they're still here, but it's nice seeing them on paper. So all that to say, this isn't going to be the most well put together interview in the world. What is the first thing you want people to know about your band other than you guys suck?
Thank you so much. We'll go around here and share. For me, it's that the music that we write, whether or not it's felt by everybody else listening, means a lot to us. It is our heart, sweat, blood, tears poured out into this. Like this is us, unfiltered, raw, and sometimes the only way that we can properly communicate with people.
Yeah.
So, and we're fucking tryhards.
It shows all the bars of 17, 16.
The first thing that I want people to know about our band is that when they see us, they'll recognize that we're all very good-looking people.
The first thing I would want people to know about our band is that odd time signatures are objectively better than normal time signatures.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. I second Farhan. Also, Josh, we put a lot of passion into writing. You have no idea how many copies, versions we go through of each song to get the finalized product. Even years after they've been written. There are still changes being made because something could be more perfect. That is both a strength and a weakness. But I think, and we never play the same song. We never play the same song, the same live, twice.
Never play the same song the same way.
Same song, same way.
Someone always screws up.
Also true. But yeah.
Yeah, building off of what Natalie said. Usually when we go on stage, we got, for some of our more put together ones, they are pretty open and shut, played with the same intent. But for a lot of her songs, one being The Raven, the other one being Twisted Sideways, a lot of that stuff is just what we feel on stage in the moment and how it decides to progress.
I just want to build off what you said about how many different versions a song goes through. When I was recording my album and I did the song A Girl Called Elsewhere, I got up to, each song is like, the first one is V1, V2. I got up to V11. And then I was just like, all right, never mind. We're doing this all over again.
Too relatable, man. We don't really tend to write in that way. We tend to write from start to finish. It's an expression of thought. Sorry. Thought. Yeah. But for all of our songs, like The Masochist, for example, that is a song that doesn't repeat sections in it, and it's almost 7 minutes long because fuck it, right? And there is literally probably upwards of 500 or 600 hours into that song.
Oh, yeah. Thought expression, just not repeating the same riff twice in a song. That's right. There's nothing more to it. I feel like you haven't said anything in a while.
I don't have anything to say.
Yes, you do, Farhan. Say something.
Stokes' theorem.
That works.
Stokes' theorem.
I think it had something to do with what's the first thing you want people to know about your band. But I'm actually going to build off what you said. For those of you who don't know, I write alternative rock music, but I still force odd time signatures. Not force, it happens. On the deluxe edition of my album, the first riff you're going to hear is in 7/4, which I didn't even know until I was counting, and I was something's not right here. I love it when that happens. Then on the second one, there's the vocals are doing 10/4, 10/4, 4/4, and then over just straight 4/4 music. And then there's a bar of 9/8, there's 5/8 throughout the album, and it's awesome.
So, a funny thing about how we do odd time signatures is we kind of don't. Josh just comes up with a riff, and then we have a sort of, it's like a ritual for most songs. It's like we have a band counting session where we just try to figure out what the time signature is. And usually it takes about an hour.
Yeah, usually there's about 4 different ideas of what it is. And I mean, fuck, our latest song. We don't actually have a name for that yet, but we debuted it tonight at the Starlight Room Temple. Time signature series is 5/8, 4/8, 4/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, totaling up to 25/8. Because we can, apparently. I don't know. You just play that shit and feel it.
I just want to say on my song Cascade, if you're talking about a whole section is how many beats until it repeats itself. Is that what we're talking here?
Depends.
Because
Definitely
in a
depends.
technical sense, Cascade is 4/4, 4/4, 4/4, 9/8, 4/4, 4/4. But I like to think of it as 45/8 because I can if I choose to. No, you're gonna say that's wrong. No. You can tell me how I'm right.
He's so right. No, the thing about that riff is that it's like it's one of those riffs, and I think that this is something that you find a lot in this band, where we write things in an on time signature and we kind of like diagnose it as a certain time signature, and we split it up into like 3s and 4s and stuff like that. But at a certain point, we try to make it so that these riffs that are tough to play, coming from the singer, are like automatic in a way where we just pick up the riff and we don't really need to think about counting. Right? That kind of helps us out. I think everyone's gotten used to that.
I also want to say this fancy motherfucker here can play a 4 over anything, even if it's not dividable by 4, apparently.
Yeah, he makes everything sound like a 4. You could write a riff in, like, I swear to God, 17/8, and he'll just go like, oh yeah, I could put like a 2 and a 4 in there and make it sound like a 4/4. It's nuts.
None the wiser.
I don't have my questions ready. Do. All right. Yes, it is. That is the SpongeBob, I think. Which I was trying to get you guys to play it when I was clapping along. Yeah, and then like the full thing, because you started in on bass, and I wanted everyone to do that. Whatever. It's not important. So my next question is, I guess it's been a while since I've heard you play a cover, as far as I'm aware. But I'm curious, do you have a favorite cover to play and a favorite original to play?
I think we all have.
Hey, so it hasn't been played yet, but I'll be the first to say it here. At some point, there will be a cover of the entirety of 2112, song by Rush. The entire first side of that album. At some point.
I think we had it in our minds as well that we were going to do a song by Jefferson Airplane called White Rabbit, and it is a beautiful, beautiful song. On top of that, recently we just played a gig where we did Immigrant Song, and I was like having so much fun, obviously, and so I think out of all the covers that we played, that was fantastic. One more I want to mention is I really liked playing Heaviest Matter of the Universe by Gojira. It was a wonderful. And favorite original, I think we all kind of agree on what we like to play the most. I like the Masochist the most.
For favorite cover, I would also have to say Heaviest Matter. It was a really hard song to learn, but it feels great to play once you actually learn it. Same with, I'd say, most Gojira songs. They're complicated enough that it's like a learning curve. And then favorite original, yeah, the Masochist is really fun. I'd say the new song we have is also pretty up there. And then a personal favorite, it's not as heavy or metal, but I really like Canvas as well.
Yes.
I'm gonna third that opinion. I think my favorite original is probably Masochist, the new one, and Canvas. Favorite cover, probably Heaviest Matter of the Universe by Gojira, but also a long time ago when we had a different lineup, we did Jezebel by Acid Bath, and I love Acid Bath. Yeah, I like those songs.
All right. Once again, I don't have my questions ready, but I will say, shut up. You are my guest. I was your guest at the show. You are my guest. This is my TV show. Anyways, I had a ticket to see you guys. Shut up. I had a ticket to see you guys play at the Heaviest Matter of the Universe, and then I got snowed in Lacombe, and I couldn't make it, and I am so ticked off. Because that would have gone so hard, and I would have been, like, breaking my neck every single second of that song, because that's insane. And if you ever wanted to do it again, hit me up. Like, let me do the low part, the golden unworldly silence. Yeah, I can do that. You know, you can vouch for me. All right. Then, last 3 questions. What can we expect from your first EP? We kind of already been over that basically the whole time, but yes.
It's all over the place as far as like what instruments were used or how the hell we decided to record them for some reason or what the hell they were tuned to. I don't even know, but we did do some very, very interesting bow stuff on multiple instruments.
I do remember when I was getting ready to do the audition, you guys sent me 64, and I remember you played violin in one section, and I didn't even notice that until one of you pointed it out, and ever since then I've just been like, why not put a violin in a death metal band? You had something to say?
Yes, what can you expect from the EP? Good mixing, Tristan. Okay? Good mixing.
You can expect inconsistent times because we did not use a click because our songs are too complex and we didn't have a pre-made click.
I think it was Josh that said this when we recorded it first. Or maybe Cash. I don't remember. It's like there's something there for everyone. I think we cover a lot of different styles. Also, yeah, instruments. We used a violin. We used a mandolin briefly. And we did the Led Zeppelin thing where he takes the guitar and uses the violin bow.
All right, so the EP has a little bit of everything for everyone. Unless you like... I'm not going to say that. I've already made one thing. That's enough for me. All right, so I was going to say unless you like good music. So, it's not funny. What are your long-term and short-term goals? What can we expect to see from you by December 31st, 2025? And that might be a bit too broad of a question, so you can just straight up just not answer it if you do. All right.
Do you want to answer this one? Come here. Oh, fuck. We're going to have merch and shit. Yeah.
Oh.
Definitely merch. Our EP is going to be released sometime this summer. We're just waiting on mixing. Tristan, please.
Tag him.
And I think we're also aiming to go back into studio again near the end of the summer to record most likely this most recent unnamed one, Canvas, and hopefully Twisted Sideways as well. Yeah.
I have a recording studio.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I think we have people in mind. We love you, but
My raw demos sound better than final mixes, so you can at least
it is a privilege to be on this show.
We don't have
I think Josh covered the short-term goals pretty well. I think long-term, I think we want to keep on pushing ourselves. I think that one important thing with this band, I think even since the early days of this band, is that we've always tried to push ourselves to levels that we haven't done before musically. We're always trying to come up with something different. We're always trying to make sure that we are crossing some kind of boundary. Even if we are taking influence from what some others have done, we're trying to make sure that we take things to a level that they haven't been before. Yeah, we're trying to push things pretty hard. Any words from you two?
I don't have anything to add.
Natalie?
On December 30th, 2025, I think things will be exactly the same. December 31st, the hour that day begins, everything will change. We will have 3 new songs recorded, a radio edit of one of the 3 songs recently recorded, merchandise, and hopefully I will get a new bass, soft launching my bass buying adventures.
Sorry for reaching for the microphone there. Touching on the radio edit, that is going to be of our song Canvas, and that is the only version that we will release. But there will be impromptu jams in the middle of that songs only for live audiences. So I highly encourage you to come out. We've played it once. We'll play it again. You never know when it will be.
Nice. Everyone's good? Sick. That little hiccup made me lose my train of thought. I'm tired. I'm hungry. And anyways. No, that usually goes away when I'm tired and hungry. My priorities shift. So.
The PR training is not with this one.
Well, yeah, I don't have any. So, what are you
Not
expecting?
You, but okay.
Oh, with you? Oh, well, I mean.
My bad. Keep going.
So, the final question is, what is one album you think, or no, sorry, 2 albums, because I was thinking about this and I came up with 2. What are 2 albums you think everyone should listen to twice? The twice is the important part, because it might not get you the first time, but.
I think that the original score for Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith must be listened to by everybody twice. John Williams is an absolute monster. He can compose one of the most beautiful pieces that I think I've ever heard in my life. He covers all the emotions too, and it's just great. And I would also say that another album that people should listen to front to back is A Night at the Opera by Queen, because who doesn't want to listen to A Night at the Opera by Queen?
Go to Josh first.
Oh, okay. Well, my 2 aren't going to sound as exquisite as Cassius's, but one would probably be flip-flop for some of the same band. Splendor Solace or The Edges of Twilight by the Tea Party. Second one would be Remission by Mastodon, just for Brand Ayler's drumming.
Can you go for that some more time?
Go on, let everyone tell you.
How many Dream Theater albums are you going to say? How many Dream Theater albums?
I'm actually gonna say the Dream Theater discography. No, if I had to choose one, Octavarium. Yeah. I no, I have to be more diverse. I can't be the Dream Theater super fan all the time. I think Octavarium though, especially for their last piece titled Octavarium, because it goes through the 8 different keys in the same song. It's beautiful. It's a masterpiece. I've probably listened to it definitely hundreds of times, if not thousands. I used to listen. No, I'm serious. Like 3 or 4 times a day when I was younger, and then for a few years. So I feel like that adds up. Second album, I really like a lot of classical music, but Scheherazade by Rimsky-Korsakov. I played that piece with the University Symphony Orchestra, which was with the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra and the Edmonton Youth Orchestra. That is a beautiful piece. Yeah, definitely should listen to that one. Yeah, Scheherazade.
I would say my 2 albums would be Language by The Contortionist. It's an amazing mix of like proggy riffs, heavy riffs, and some really beautiful like synthwave type music. It's an amazing, really well put together album. And then my other one would be Black Water Park by Opeth. It's one of my most listened to albums. It is some of the heaviest standard tuning guitar music I've ever heard. And it is probably what got me to a point where I could tolerate a lot of the vocals that Cassius does. Because, yeah.
Don't worry. We could use some more singing. I'll let you come back.
You told me to scream a lot for the last song, you dingus.
Yeah, but that was that song.
Uh-huh.
Don't pass the mic back and forth. Just be talking into the microphone like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw you.
Want to go T-Kiss again?
Maybe.
It's getting a little hot in here.
Homosexuality is key.
My two albums that I think everyone should listen to twice. I'm almost betraying Dream Theater because I didn't even think about them. I mean, now I'm thinking of the self-titled album, Behind the Veil, utterly phenomenal. Anyways, honorable mention, self-titled Dream Theater album from 2013. But my official two would be Tell Me I'm Alive by All Time Low. It's your pretty standard pop punk album, but the mix, honestly, is what sets it apart, in my opinion. It's just monster mixes on every single song. It's unreal. The second one, I hope you know this one. The Dream Theater fans know it. Static Impulse by James LaBrie. If you haven't listened to it, do it. Because the guitar tone and Peter Wildor's drumming is just unreal. Like, it's both of those albums. They're very different. Static Impulse is more. There's honestly elements of death metal there, which wasn't expecting from James LaBrie, but whatever. And pop punk, but yeah, those two. Listen to it. So we have A Night at the Opera by Queen, Revenge of the Sith, Splendor Soulless, and The Edges of Twilight by Tea Party. And I can vouch for The Edges of Twilight. I listened to it in its entirety. There are no skips. Correspondences is the best song. Walk With Me. Language by The Contortionist. And Don't Tell Me, I remember it. It was Opeth. That's all I remember.
Blackwater Park by Opeth.
Blackwater Park by Opeth. And Octavarium by Dream Theater. And some classical.
Scheherazade by Rimsky-Korsakov.
Yeah, whatever. There is no judgment of music taste here. Everyone likes different stuff. So it is now time for me to admit I have no idea how to end this. So I just say good night.
Thank you very much to Alexi No Name from No Last Name. Alexi No Last Name from Alexi Can't Hang for having us out here to do this interview after our show.
Getting the Mike Wazowski treatment over here, just standing right in front of me. Oh my goodness, I'm in an interview. That's okay. All right.
Any closing thoughts from you two?
Thank you for having us.
Yes. You're a really cool person to see at shows. So I love the enthusiasm and the support. It means a lot to us. Yeah, thank you.
I've only been to two.
Thank you very much for not only your participation in our music scene here in Edmonton, but also for what you're doing to further it as well.
Yeah. It's all the selfish desire that if I get a bunch of different bands, that all those different fan bases will hear of me. And then they're going to go to my Instagram and they're going to see Forever Is a Lie out now. And they're like, oh, exactly.
Something we suck ass at. We got to get better at marketing. It's something we suck ass at.
He actually said shuck because he doesn't know how to speak.
No, that would have been politically incorrect. Can't do that.
Fair enough. Can't beat being politically incorrect.
Alrighty. This has been Madhouse. Maybe Exoxen. Probably Exoxen. Exoxen. Signing off.
I'm just saying nail biter or head rush sounds a lot cooler and a lot easier to pronounce. You don't want to have people saying, "Oh, we're going to the show tonight. You want to come?"
Dude, it's death metal. That's what death metal is.
Oh yeah, but that's your job. All right. Good night.